Yep, your bullfrog, doing it again. Haven't used that beginning in a long time. But first, I gotta get off Route 1. Getting tired of this road. Every time I close my eyes, I see Route 1. When I go to bed at night, I see Route 1. I'm getting tired of being number 1. Now off of Route 1, finally. Northbound on this route. And arriving in Forest Hill, a former stop on the Stewartstown Railroad. And I'll stop and prove it to you. And here's proof, the former Forest Hill station of the Stewartstown Railroad. In service until 1958. And now a hobby shop. Appropriate. From real trains to model trains, which are also real trains. And some FYI for you there. Yep, the Stewartstown, the scenic route from Baltimore to York. And if the track were still here, I'd be standing on it. But over here, some bad news. They're closing down. They've been here for about 5 or 6 years, the best I can recall. If I had the money, I'd take it over. Believe me. Then I could brag that I own a Stewartstown station. An original. Now looking the other way, which would be north on the Stewartstown. If the track was still here, right now I'd be on it. So for a few seconds I'll pretend I'm a Stewartstown train. The intersection up there, the track would have gone through diagonally to the upper right, I guess you could say, best way to word it, on its way to York, Pennsylvania, behind that little building there, and into the woods. Departing Forest Hill, we went inside the station and spoke to the gentleman there. They'll be open through Easter, maybe a bit after that, then they're closing down. But I forgot the reason why he's closing. But he's been back there for 25, 30 years, he told us. Very nice gentleman, very informative. Unfortunately, they don't allow photography inside, or I'd have taken you inside with the camera. But cool to know there are fellow Stewartstown fans out there. Join the club. Now passing through Fern Cliff, another former Stewartstown stop. The line would have run to the left someplace. The grade got wiped out. Or most of the grade got wiped out. But at one time it was up there. But you sort of still tell. That shed there is on the grade. Now entering Rocks State Park. In case you didn't see that sign, there's your title. And now stopped at Rocks State Park, which sits atop a high hill. I'm going to try to access something called the King and Queen seat. Back in 07 or 08, I got a picture of Dolly standing there. And she's about to demonstrate. Of course, now she looks different. Like a shot of her standing there. Here's the original shot. She didn't change a bit, did she? And believe me, every word true. We'll go have a look down the trail. Got a worn out FYI sign there, explaining things. A 190-foot drop. You don't want to lose your footing on that. But folks have, and didn't live to tell about it. And here it is, right down here. There's the formation. Another view of it, looking very prehistoric. There are people there at the very edge, which I'm not going to go all the way out to. I don't know about that 190-foot drop. Too much of a risk. That and worse, as I just said. Interesting formations, though. Reminds me of the Sphinx. Here's the whole thing. Too close to the edge for me. Close to the Edge. A song by a group called Yes, back in 1973. Who recalls that Yes song? You can almost tell we're high up. The road that we were just on is over the edge someplace. Way down there. One place you do not want to slip and fall. That's it for sure. But that's what I really call getting high. Higher than I've been. I guess on this side would be the king seat, and across the way would be the queen seat, barely visible through the trees. Right there. Both too high for me. Anyway, hope you enjoyed both seats. Departing the park area, the bridge over Deer Creek right there, on the road we were on, Route 24. We're about to cross it. Rock Station Road. Referring to the one-time rock station of the Stewartstown Railroad. I'll try to find where it was. And it's accessed by a one-lane dirt road. My favorite. Part of the old Monpog right there. That'd be south on the railroad. They're looking southeast, compass direction. And back on Route 24. Some parts of the line are easy to spot, but some are obliterated. I guess to be expected with abandoned railroads. Nice little buildings along here. They're fun to get. So, hope you're enjoying this slight odyssey of sorts. Let's see what else I can come up with. And up ahead, a road I often use at nighttime on return trips. Recognize those names? But I hate these inane circles. Hold on. You will check that place out. Another abandoned railroad ran there. Haven't passed here in ages myself. Haven't seen this in a while. Nice semi-scenic route. Someplace up ahead, we cross the state lines into Pennsylvania, north of the border. And here it is, where the pavement changes. There, we're officially foreigners. Now coming into Fawn Grove, PA. The one-time eastern terminus of the Stewartstown Railroad. I brought you here before and shown you the station, but I'll show you one more time, since you're nice enough to watch this video. Station there on the right, on the left rather, that's it. Station there, but tough shooting into the sun. The truck would have been where that garage is, which wasn't there when the railroad ran. I've got videos of other Sunday rides that I took, which show this, and other stations as well. We'll head west towards Stewartstown. I'm now entering New Park. That's New Park, not South Park. Another stop on the Stewartstown Railroad. About to lose a school bus, that's good, as we continue west. Now arriving Stewartstown, where the Stewartstown Railroad still runs. And I've taken you for a ride on it. Downtown Stewartstown. I recall when the movie theater there still ran. The last movie it played was Star Wars. Alright, continuing west. And down here, Stewartstown Station, which I'll give you one more look at, although I've shown it before many times. Part of Stewartstown Station there, hidden behind some rolling stock. They moved things around since my last visit, back in June of last year, 2016. But I took you on a ride from here to New Freedom. And more of the station, which I've taken you inside of before. I guess this means maybe this year, 2017, they'll be running full gauge rolling stock, or rather full size rolling stock, not the motor car they were running last year. And some more FYI for you there, in case you didn't know. As you saw, the station's been around for over 100 years. And that there tree around front has been there that long too. But it'll be great if they can get this full-size stock to roll, as opposed to the motor cars. Of course, a lot of stuff needs to be restored. Over there, one of the motor cars I rode on last year to bring you the video. We boarded the train on this track over here. That was a great ride. And the folks here like my video so much, they put it on their website. Yep, watch my video on the Stewartstown website. Alright, on to other things. I couldn't agree with you more. And here at the crossing, the original engine house for the line, right there. part of the line there as well. And up on the left some places, Ziegler Station. I'll see if I can pick it out from the road. Interesting ride though on that line when we took it. There it is with the trees, that cream colored building. About to pass beneath Interstate 83. No, we're not going to Baltimore quite yet. Maybe later. Anyway, now entering Shrewsbury. At the light is the original road from Baltimore to York, and further north than that even. I've taken you up that way before to the left, northbound, to the Grand Canyon of Pennsylvania, that is. Not the canyon you think. Now coming to a place called Railroad. As I keep asking, how do you suppose it got the name? I just can't figure that out. Railroad, PA. How'd it get the name? Anybody got any ideas? But that railroad there now has a bike trail paralleling it, which I've ridden in its entirety from north of Baltimore to York, about a 40-mile distance one way. And back in my day, I could accomplish a few things. Our next locality, New Freedom. We'll check out the station here. And there are tracks hide by New Freedom Station, dating back to the turn of the last century. And looking north, I've shown this before, but I'll show it some more. The track to the right is the Stewartstown line coming in from Stewartstown. The track to the left is the Northern Central Main Line from Baltimore to York and beyond. And through acquisitions, it made it all the way into Canada. And now facing south, the track on the left belongs to the Stewartstown Railroad. The track on the right belongs to Northern Central. And up until the late 50s, early 60s, folks would take the Stewartstown train to here, and then transfer to the main line for either Baltimore or York. And part of the platform is still here, where folks stood to transfer. Of course, not used as such in ages. We have a Stewartstown switcher parked here, but don't know why it's parked here in New Freedom. But they do run excursion trains here again. They began a couple of years ago. That's looking south, but the train runs north behind me as far as Hanover Junction. In fact, even Abe Lincoln rode this way en route to deliver his Gettysburg Address. A little known fact, but now you know. Baltimore is about 20-30 miles that direction. When I'd ride my bike up here, I'd use this for my turnaround point to go back. I'd be sitting there by the station and saying to myself, I'd wait for a train, but I got the funny feeling it'll be an awful long wait. But now they're running again. The wait is over. A couple classic cabooses there, which have also taken you on. In fact, they predate me. Wow, something actually older than I am. At least again, trains run in New Freedom. We used to ride our bikes to that Rudders there. and get a couple hot dogs. Back in the day. Made riding a bike here worthwhile. Just for the hot dogs. Okay. Time to depart Dodge. I mean you, Freedom. Almost sunset on this slight odyssey. Back in the 70s one night, one of these grades had so much ice, my car couldn't make it up. Had to turn around and go back. Might have been this one or another grade. But I recall that night very well. Up here at 51 bears right. But I'm gonna bear left, go back to Maryland. And now back in Maryland. At the intersection was the state line. And now back with the Maryland scenery. Just before sunset. This is Middletown Road, and I'm passing through its namesake. Nice old church there. I wish there was more scenery to show you. But things changed here in the past 40 years. Since there's not much scenery, and it's getting darker, I guess I'll hit the freeway. The one that I showed you earlier, back in Shrewsbury. Yeah, that one. And here it is. About 10 years back, there was a body burning in that woods right there. Somebody murdered someone, then tried to burn the body. But they figured out who through forensics, as featured on the show Forensic Files. They had a sign back there for a while saying, "Found a burning body. Know anything about it? Give us a call." But coming north out of the city, what a backup. What a traffic there. It's a time of day, I guess. That's a lot of traffic there going north. It's good that I don't have to put up with traffic anymore. I'm getting brake lights as we ride back in suburbia. Now it's our turn. Moving a bit faster. See how long it lasts. And again, some rubbernecking going on. Gee, I'm glad I don't have to fight this on a daily basis. And being disabled pays off. At least in one way. Going bike riding was great. We go to a bike ride spot before the backups and ride our bikes during the backup. And when we're done riding our bikes, we come back, the backup's over. Worked out perfectly. But now back in Herbia. I think I'll end it here. I need a break. But again, thanks for riding along. Much appreciated. And above all, thank you for your support.